Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Thought I would sit down and do another video for you guys and gals. Let me give you a forearm shot before we get started. Alright, I want to chat with you guys a little bit about how the 5-day split is going. I'm just now about to finish up my second week of doing a 5-day body part split. I started doing a 4-week body part split a few weeks back. Switched over to 5-day last week, said I was going to do it, and have kind of refined it a little bit, and thought I would share my thoughts with you guys. Now, obviously, in terms of gains, I'm not necessarily going to make much gains right now because I'm dropping weight. I'm down 2 pounds this week on my cut. I dropped 2 pounds the week before, so I'm a couple weeks in a row of going down 2 pounds. I'm down to 216. People have asked me, hey, how light are you going to go? I don't know. I might have to go down to 200 pounds. I am going to keep cutting until my physique looks good enough and the waistline is tight enough for me to triple my growth, right? Very least, I want this channel to 200,000 followers. 200,000. Well, this will be on my Facebook too, so let's get it to 300,000. Yes, more people. That's what I want to do. I'm going to keep cutting, keep getting more aesthetic, improving my physique, having done purely strength training, really. Everyone chimes in, they're like, well, you did body. No, I didn't really do bodybuilding training at all this time. It has been strength training all the way through. Just because I threw in a few curls at the end of some of my upper body workouts and have done some bulks and cuts does not mean that. Now, here's the thing. People are noticing, clients are noticing, fans are noticing, other coaches I know are noticing. Okay? Shout out to my bro Jonathan, he commented, we were chatting about it last couple of days. They're noticing the improvements in the physique. All right, do I think the training is helping? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And the interesting thing is that when I'm splitting it up like this, and yeah, I didn't ever want to go to training 5 days a week again. I kind of said I wanted to stick 4. I thought I'd even go to 3. But as I looked at it, I wanted to start training as if I really care about my physique, not just saying, hey, let's do a transformation, a good dad bod transformation. Because a lot of my clients, they do 3-day transformations, my dad bod guys. Some of them do push-pull legs 3 days a week. It works great. Some of them do upper-lower 3 days a week. They're getting good results. They're getting good results. But that's not what I'm shooting for. I stepped back and said, look, I really think I need to train in the manner that I would train someone who was going to be a potentially competitive bodybuilder or someone who at least was planning on doing photo shoots with their physique. Okay, how would I train them? I would probably go to a 4 or 5 day a week body part split. And that is what I'm doing. And I'm doing that because I'm going to prioritize physique, actually really prioritize it. And again, thank you to the people who have noticed. It is coming along nicely. And so this week I went over to not doing real supersets. I had been supersetting opposing muscle groups. I had a chest and back, and I had an arm day. I dropped all that. So now I am doing triceps after chest. I'm doing biceps after back. But the beauty of that is a lot of my stuff is very arm dominant. So therefore, when I'm getting to those muscles are working all the way through. So what have been the perks to this? Well, the perks of this are that if any muscle is getting fatigued near the end of the workout, it's because I have genuinely worked that muscle to intense fatigue. That's one of the things I'm noticing. Because my muscles have a full week to recover, by the time I get to my next workout, they do feel fully recovered. That's one of the problems we do run into with higher frequencies. You're going to squat heavy twice a week. When we do a lot of these things, even when I was benching twice a week, it gets hard to recover. So even when I got up to where I hit that 315 for 8 this last summer, doing upper lower, that 365, I also had days where my chest and pressing muscles were not recovered enough. I would hit a second workout sometimes and go, man, that top set was all I had. I can't even do rep work now. So because I had already done pressing 3 or 4 days before, I would get to that second workout, particularly if it was, the 3-day apart because of, Monday and then Thursday. What would happen? I would be so fatigued I couldn't even do a pressing workout. I started having to trim volume down on all my pressing. Like when I was at the strongest, I was only doing like 4 to 5 sets per workout of pressing. Okay, I wasn't trying to do huge amounts. And it was barely that sometimes. like it would be that a top single or a top set and 2 flat bench, 2 incline, and then just do triceps. All right, the other thing when I've done the upper lower is my triceps were hurting all the time. Trying to do extensions twice a week. Now, that's not happening. My DOMS is gone in a couple days and I'm not hurting all the time. Even though I'm doing more volume, it seems like per workout, I'm not getting the prolonged DOMS. I get a little bit of DOMS every week on the main muscles, right? I get a little DOMS, it lasts a couple days, and then it's gone. So the DOMS is gone days before I hit the muscle again. I feel fully recovered. The other thing I noticed, again, with all the pressing and trying to squat and stuff twice a week, things like my hips would hurt sometimes. Joints would hurt a little bit. Now I'm getting none. I'm getting no joint pain. So again, as an older lifter, this is working really well. So we come over to if all volumes are equal through the week, our hypertrophy is the same irrespective of frequency, but I definitely notice my joints and my tendons. And when I'm in a deficit, that's when we're most at risk of that. I'm not getting these problems. I've been dropping 2 pounds a week. My joints don't hurt. All right, that's a winner. So in terms of saying this is working, I think it's working quite well. And again, this is coming from me who would, if you would have asked me 7 or 8, 10 years ago, hey Jason, do you see yourself doing a 4 or 5 day a week body part split? I would have been like, hell no, hell to the nizzo. Got me messed up with somebody else. Like the future Jason maybe. But here I am doing it, and it's working. Again, you guys can see the thumbnail from the upper body. Well, I guess the arm and what was it, back and bicep day. You see the thumbnail? Down to 216, getting leaner, looking better. And what happens when we continue to do that? How does that jump over 3 months from now? What if I keep doing this all the way through the summer? I think we'll be in a good place. So I think it's being pretty successful. And it has been successful. I mean, we can argue about it all we want. We can argue about muscle protein synthesis, different research, different hypothesis. Yet we see a lot of really impressive physiques going back decades. Including even in natty bodybuilding. Dudes doing body part splits once a week who had impressive competitive level physiques. So we can't argue it doesn't work. And I feel like as I'm doing it, I'm able to focus on each muscle. Each muscle I'm able to completely work all of its functions, all the angles, fully stimulate every head of a muscle, and then let it heal. And then it's recovered by the time I do it again. And it seems to be working pretty well so far. I mean, we don't know until I go back into a surplus fully on the growth side, but I feel like I am looking better while doing it while I cut. I feel good doing it. Nothing hurts other than a little bit of DOMS. So that's what I have to say on it so far. So I'm just going to keep running with it. All right, guys, well, that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.